Hello. So I'm filming this in September of 2021, and it's one of those videos where it's a little bit unscripted. The title of the video is that you are going to get there even if you don't feel like it, and this is just kind of came from the fact that a year ago around this time I was still in my emergency nursing job, and I was still kind of struggling, figuring out where I want to do, what I want to do with my life, that kind of thing. And a year later, I'm here, still don't know what I want to do with my life, but I'm in a better position where I can kind of, give you some sort of reassurances, is what I'm gonna call them. Even if you're stuck right now, even if you're struggling and you're in that phase of your life where you're working on something, whether that's kind of building the life that you want. So right now I am living in Toronto, and I'm doing travel nursing on and off, and I'm basically just kind of working on my creative pursuits. So I'm blogging, I'm writing, I'm making YouTube videos, and I'm in a really good place for me to share the reassurance that I was talking about. And so let's get right into it. So the first thing is that I wanted to tell you that it's going to take time to build a life that you really want. And what I mean by this is that when you decide, that day that you decide, okay, I am going to change my life, this is no longer what it's going to be. From here on, I'm going to do my best to change it. Even if you have that decision, it's not going to take a day or even a few months to just kind of change everything. Like, oh, I'm at peace, I feel happy, I feel content where I am right now. And I say that because there was a lot of times where I actually was able to quit my job, and then I quit, and then I did something like, I did freelance writing, I was traveling, I was writing, and I was like, okay, why don't I still feel happy? And then I went back to doing travel nursing, and then something just kind of sparked on me, and I decided, you know what, I like this, I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm in that place where I'm like, okay, this feels good, I'm going to keep doing this until I no longer like it. So just from that is that I wanted to share is that it's going to take a little bit of time, or actually a lot of time, because when you decide that you want to change your life, nobody's gonna tell you what to do. Nobody's gonna tell you, hey, you need to go to school, you need to get a job, you need to get this job because that's the thing that you went to school for. Figuring out that thing that you like, on how to make money, how to make time for the creative pursuits that you want, that's going to take time. There's no other way. You're going to make mistakes, you're going to jump into different opportunities, you're going to learn so many new things, you're going to figure out who you are along the way and make mistakes, figuring out what you like and what you don't like, what works for you, what doesn't work for you. It takes a very long time. Not only it takes time to get to know yourself and what works for you, but also it takes a lot of courage. When you decide that when things are no longer working for you, you have to build up the courage to say no to that thing. So for me, I said no to, doing emergency nursing, and then I said no to freelance writing, and then said yes to travel nursing. And there's a lot of things that I'm saying no to so that I can kind of really build the time that you want. And sometimes that courage to say no takes more time depending on like how comfortable you are. If you're scared of running out of money, obviously you're not going to want to leave your job. If you're scared of taking actions and then failing, you're not going to want to do all of these things. So it takes time to kind of work on yourself, figure out what you want, and go from there. So that's the very first thing. Okay, the second thing is that you're gonna go through a lot of hardships. Obviously, that's kind of a given almost when you're taking a leap, or if you're in a self-discovery journey, if you're doing creative pursuits and all of that. But the reason I say that is because I want you to know that those hardships, even though they're hard right now, even you're struggling right now, that's really where a lot of the lessons about life, about yourself, that you can kind of extract on. So for example, when I quit my job, I became a freelance writer, and then I was struggling so much. I knew I didn't want to do it, and so everything that I was doing around that situation was something I dreaded. I wasn't looking forward to waking up in the morning and doing the work. I did that for about 3 months. I kind of really tried to push through it, but I realized that one day it was just something that, hey, you know what, if I'm gonna struggle, I want to struggle on my own terms. And that wasn't on my own terms. I was struggling for something else, right now I'm struggling still with this YouTube channel. I want to grow so bad, but at the same time, I know that it's gonna take time, and I know that it's gonna be a struggle to learn photography, videography, scripting, storytelling, all the things that make a good YouTube content. But it's fine because it's something that I'm choosing to do, and I'm actually excited to know about them. So like, that's the difference between the hardship that I'm willing to go through and the hardship that's kind of imposed on me, but I don't really want it. If you're struggling right now, just remember that it is for a reason. You might not know the reason yet. You might go past it and then take months and years and then kind of look back and say, oh, that experience was for this moment. And sometimes it just happens, you know, like you have to go through the experience because of life, because it's something that, not to go all spiritual, but it's something that your soul needs to kind of experience. The third thing when it comes to building the life that you want is that you might not feel it, but you're most likely in a situation where you wanted to before. It's so easy to kind of always chasing our dreams, you know. It's like, okay, I'm here now, where do I need to be, or how do I get to the next level of my life, and that kind of thing. And we don't really reflect on, I really wanted this for a very long time. I did my best and I worked so hard to get here, so let me actually enjoy that. We never do that, and that's something that I'm working through right now. From emergency nursing to doing travel nursing, doing online stuff, this is something that I really dreamed of for a very long time. So now I'm just kind of like, let me soak this in, because it's probably not going to last forever, because as I work towards the new thing that I want to do in my life. So I'm both grateful and I'm both struggling at the same time, and that's something that I kind of wish someone had told me, that you can have both feelings. So even if you're struggling right now, I bet you that this situation that you're at is something that you wanted about a year ago. If not, you wouldn't have been here. Because for me, that's what had happened. I wanted to become an emergency nurse, and that's something that I wanted for a long time. And then I got there, and then obviously something didn't work, and now I'm here. And then at the time that I was doing this inner work, I really had to find the courage or find the strength in me to be grateful for my situation, even if I didn't like my situation, if that makes sense. It's hard, but being grateful for where you are right now is really something that there's a lot of research on, that, you know, gratitude attracts abundance. So the more that you are grateful for where you are right now, even if you're struggling, the more that you're going to attract the things that you want in life. I wish someone had told me, and now I'm kind of relaying that to you so that you can find the courage in yourself to be both grateful even if you're struggling right now. So I guess that's all I wanted to share with you for today, is that even if you feel like you're not there yet, things are going slow, just remind yourself that it's gonna take time. It doesn't mean anything about you. It doesn't mean that you suck. It doesn't mean that you're a failure. It just means that these things take time. Really, the best thing to kind of do at this point is kind of zoom out, see the big picture, and know that if you follow your curiosity, if you follow your instinct, if you follow the things that light you up, that bring you joy, you are gonna get there. And even if you don't get there, then you're having fun along the way, which is, I think, the most important thing when it comes to kind of chasing or living or building the dream or building the life that you want. Let me know if you like this type of video. This is something that I really enjoy talking about, and I like not having to do a lot of scripting, kind of just talking from my heart. I hope that you have a wonderful day and that you be kind to yourself and you take it one day at a time.